What's up, everybody? It's me, Thundercracker3 from Hole in the Wall Gaming, and we are going live with a First and 10 episode. I know it's been a little while since I've been back. Since I've been here streaming. I apologize. Had some personal stuff going on. Long story short, a misdiagnosis kept me in the hospital for a little while. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk GreedFall. It's a new action RPG that came out. The developer was Spiders. Never heard of them. Focus Home Interactive is the publisher. If I do a quick wiki search here and look, they've done the Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper, Fairy Legends of Avalon, Grey Matter, of Orcs and Men, the Technomancer, which is a game I definitely wanted to play. Also, they're the ones that did the Bound by Flame. So, that being said, this is a new one. Should be interesting. I went in this blind, letting you know now. I haven't. Also, don't have audio. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go again. There we go. Now it's coming through. Sorry about that, folks. So, as I was saying, I know nothing about this game. So we are going to go in. I'm going to go on normal because I have no idea as to what I'm going to face. So, new lighting, new sound. Tell me what you think.
Could you stand a little taller, just a tad?
Like this?
Yes, yes. The chin a tiny bit lower. Gaze a little more to the right. There! Now, hold the pose.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing.
Gaze a little more to the right. There! Now, hold the pose.
Anytime now. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Alright, so that worked. Gender. We're going to go male. Presets. Alright, it's an interesting little scar on your face. Alright, that'll work. To spin this around is kind of nuts. There we go. Where's my ravishing goatee? Oh, we're gonna be this dude. Alright, starting class warrior, technical. Skill set, elemental trap, firearms, one-handed blades. Action, agility. I either want technical or magic. I just don't know which one I want to start with. I'm going with the technical. Right. Strength. Accuracy and agility. Okay. I get 1 point. I just did it. Charisma. Vigor. Let's pass through difficult passages that require balance. Unless you slightly recover the magic outside of combat. How do I reset? There you go. I think they want the craftsman. There you go. Yeah, I want to create the character.
Just a few more minutes. You have such an
58
incredibly
achievements.
singular face. That's a compliment, my lord, out of my mouth.
Beat a relationship with Kurt? Okay.
Particularity gives you character.
You're still here?
We've nearly finished. Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He was of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry, I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's
Wow.
about time your
This is
cousin
definitely
took
colonial
account of the
times.
responsibilities awaiting him. He should go and inform the ambassadors of Telemi and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Have no fear, Master. I will go and see them in his name. I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lord. You are leaving with the tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir. Truly, I must be going.
My lord, please, I beg you. Her Highness...
Damn.
Thank you, cousin, for getting me out of that.
Alright, visible at the top, the center of the screen indicates important places in next quest. Main quest, side quests. Alright, circles are like. Cool. Hello, hello.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company. I lost almost my entire family in a few months. Why did they have to die? I must go to the dispensary. Maybe I will be able to make myself useful there. I lost almost my entire family in a few... I must go to the dispensary. Maybe I will be able to make myself useful there.
Hey! Green blood!
Kurt.
And so the day has finally come. My royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious master of arms.
As loyal as your goal.
Oh, enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Kurt, I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see. Fight with honor!
He's got a claymore, I got this. That hurt. Wow.
What a green blood. Me who thought myself a competent weapons master.
It's becoming a little hard to believe.
Don't add insult to injury. This is humiliating enough. We'll need to get you through the basics, or you risk getting your feathers plucked at the first sign of trouble.
That could definitely come in handy.
In that case, Otto here is going to be your training partner. Go! Fight with honor!
Breakthrough.
It appears we've brushed up on the basics.
It does, and I'd like to be.
I don't
my
believe
way.
that. That's kind of
I've
nuts.
quite the list of things to do before we depart.
Indeed. Remember that you can always train in our barracks on the island if you're feeling rusty.
Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little. You're not angry that I'm coming with you, I hope.
On the contrary, I'm thrilled that both you and Sir de Corsilion are joining our party.
Said to
Friends at your side in unknown territory is a boon.
Ah, so the old goat is coming too. And there I was thinking I would die of boredom on the trip. By the way, where is our future governor hiding? I was hoping to put his skills to the test as well.
I have no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine. I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
It is never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now. She must be waiting for you. I'll meet
She
you in
must
front of
be
the
waiting.
palace. Then we'll go and find Constantine together.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes.
Meet Kurt at the front of the palace.
What is this?
Damn.
Have you not been taught to knock? I've asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you. My dear child.
Mother, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Come now. Let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice. You remind me so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill...
Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know. But it brings me comfort to know my
Isn't that
son
nice?
is left on a mission to heal his people. Come now. It is time for you to take leave. Here, take this with you.
What is it?
A family heirloom. Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck. Oh,
Bruh, she got like
blessed
leprosy or
be
something.
my child. Now, be off.
Surprised the graphics aren't better. I mean, it's a next-gen console. Come on, people, catch up with the times.
Kurt? It's done.
Sorry, Greenblood. Look, we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island will keep its promises.
In order to know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
You're right. Maybe he's already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain. I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier?
In the lower boroughs, near the port.
Right then. We'll put it on our list of visits.
Alright. Add to the team. Kurt's immediately combat master and wear heavy armors.
Greenblood, do you need something?
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do. Why, do you want to rectify this?
I hope to have kept you good company for all these years. After all, we were always together.
And I valued your friendship. But I thought you were referring
Whoa.
to another kind of company. And to be honest, you and Constantine aren't exactly my type. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Greetings, Your Excellency. The smoke from the bonfires renders the air unbreathable. I so wish I could leave the city. They say the ambassador of Ptolemy sends his guard all... The smoke from the bonfire... They say the ambassador of Ptolemy sends his guard all around the city in search of heretics.
Interesting. Maps. Great departure.
I believe I've seen you at the palace. Are you? My husband started coughing yesterday. I heard the discourse of this prick. My husband started coughing yesterday in the evening. I hope it's because of the cold.
Try and do side quests before I do any of the mains.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal
Panache.
Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it. And perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
Uh-oh.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do. Could you tell me anything about Thélème?
It would be a pleasure. As you already know, our glorious nation is guided by our faith. We follow the teachings of Matthias, our founder and greatest prophet, and give thanks each day to the Luminous for having gifted us magic. The high dignitaries of Thélème are at the same time our spiritual guides, advocates, and grand mages.
I've heard say that dissensions have appeared recently in your nation.
Ah, you must certainly be speaking about the debates that have divided the Ordo Luminous and the more political orders.
Interesting.
The Lord Luminous has an extremely pure vision of our faith and applies the words of our saint very strictly. But other, more open-minded factions exist within our nation. They believe that a less rigid dialectic would attract souls more readily to our faith. But their differences are purely theoretical, and do not threaten the cohesion of our nation, I assure you.
What's your point of view on the relations between our two nations?
As ambassador of Thélème, I can only rejoice at the mention of our commercial treaties. We appreciate as well the welcome that your uncle gave to our missionaries. Thanks to your support, more and more believers wander your lands. The congregation is our most precious ally. To be perfectly honest, we have only two complaints. That heresy is tolerated, and that your treaties with the Bridge Alliance are maintained.
Uh-oh. The bridge or something interesting.
How is Thélème faring on Tirfredi?
We built a marvelous city, San Mateus, on the western coast of the island. Did you know that certain historians believe that it might well have been the final resting place of our prophet?
You don't say.
Our missionaries there are a multitude. Not a day passes without new islanders joining our sacred faith. Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. There is talk of a demonic cult, disgusting creatures. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminous will be able to put an end to these horrors. And we have tremendous hopes that the entire native population will join our ranks.
There's a lot of talk in this, folks.
How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The Bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
Well, thank God for that.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
I wish you a good day, Your Excellency.
The merchant is there.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd been best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sade, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member.
The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure, like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking? Maybe clandestine passengers?
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
A couple of heretics are planning on leaving Serene. The ambassador of Thélème has entrusted me with the job of capturing them.
Happy to see that you trust me enough to seek my counsel in the affair. Just so happens that I heard someone talking about the couple. The Cardinal's men are far from discreet. They're making quite some ruckus, asking to search our warehouses. We, of course, refused entry. Only the Nords have access. I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I'm certain your potential stowaways aren't far. But we won't allow you to make a search to grab them. Not officially, at least.
What do you mean?
That discretion and malice are often more useful than titles and words.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become it?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is seaborn. He is a Nort from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Norts for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Teofradin?
It is a magnificent place. Wild. Spared from your wars and your mines, for now. The natives have a relationship with their land and consider it sacred. They're a very friendly people, welcoming, that will appear to you strangely familiar. I've also heard that there are a great many exotic creatures, some enormous. But I wouldn't know what else to tell you. I've never strayed far from the ports.
What do you think of our port?
Are you referring to this one? It is the biggest high seas port on the continent. Thanks to your prince, even though it remains part of your city, it holds a particular status for us Nords. Certain zones are owned completely by us, and maritime law holds office. It's a good port. Were it not for the Malachor, it would be a pleasant place to dock.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavia and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
I've seen a few escape.
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no Nord. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right?
I don't have the key. Locked. Locked.
Halt! The warehouse is off limits. Move along.
Can't you make an exception?
No, sorry, sir. Move along, please.
This game is
Now.
rather boring.
Very well. I'm going.
To my help! And death to the others!
I'm not trying to kill y'all, bro.
Move away! Things are about to go!
Controls are so wanky.
Orders haven't changed, you know.
Very well. I'm going.
Orders haven't changed, you know.
Can't you make an exception?
No?
Very well.
Greenblood, do you need something?
I must leave you.
Alright, so I can't get into that warehouse? How is this a real thing?
Damnation. We've been found. I told you that the smuggler was not worthy of our trust.
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition, then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Thélème so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias. The one who returned to Thélème after traveling with his master.
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced St. Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
I am sorry for you, but I must arrest you and hand you over to the ambassador of Thélème.
We might be two poor historians, but we will not surrender ourselves to the fire without a fight.
To my house, and death to the others! Poor buggers. I understand them. Better to die weapon in hand than on a flaming pyre.
Now let's go and inform the Cardinal that their heretics are dead.
I didn't think they let me open that one. I was like, I'm just gonna walk right out in front of them. Like, yo guys, peace.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on Teofredi? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
Oh, craftsmanship. Alright, here we go. There we go.
Hello, sir.
Oh, hello, Your Excellency. It is an honor. The Malachor is slowly killing our... The alchemists of the Alliance have been promising us an antidote for years.
Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you. What is
What's
your
your pleasure?
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age. Hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes. Quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'll be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
Metal dowels. I can make metal dowels. Cause I came with the goddamn. Oh my god.
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking?
Yes. Your captain asked me.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for...
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like...
Why would that be? Give me your...
Why? I haven't the faintest...
What does Jonas do in his free time? When you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys do. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good...
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I...
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good...
I don't know where to start with this.
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others. And when you... Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guess.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator. He knows his craft well, in spite...
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet.
I need to be going.
Interesting.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know...
Talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know it, like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had it the other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a... And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs...
Did you report this to them?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even the captain. No.
Did Jonas seem troubled to you?
Maybe.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere...
How would I know?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hope... Did anyone else see the...
There was still a small crowd I seem to recall that regular being there. But we kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
This is rather slow, and I'm not talking much, so I apologize, folks. So I can do what? Negotiate with the vendor. Let's go negotiate with the vendor.
Citizens of Serene, come to me. You won't regret this miraculous opportunity. Your time is precious in these dark hours, but what you are about to discover could save your life. Come closer now, good people. Don't be afraid. Come, celebrate the miracle of science.
To my help, and death to the others! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Come on and fight, you bunch of cowards!
Good day, good sir. How might I be of service?
Listen, you
can
fuck.
start by explaining to me why you refuse to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders? Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
I don't think you understand who you're dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lord de Sardet, nephew of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion, theft. You know as well as I that the congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That is a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise, without delay. Unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
As you request, my lord. I shall go immediately and ask that these crates be delivered to the attendant.
Now that's a wise decision.
Thank you. I was beginning to think this would never end. You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
Welcome! It's such a pleasure to have you seen anything to your liking. Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Sir de Sardet, I presume. It is an honor. Captain, you set sail soon?
Yes, we were fine.
Excellent news. I'm afraid that...
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an...
The commander was quite...
Very well.
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Tier 4D as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity, and we've already lost quite a bit of time with this.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise?
I would never ask you to do so.
Ah, but you don't mind asking...
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less, But this cargo...
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do.
I'm just running around doing these different quests. Christ, I didn't even leave yet.
You'll find all you need in our selection.
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
And there you have it. You'd never guess they were once broken.
Well then, were you...
Yes.
That does indeed look like fine work.
I would hope. Can you tell...
Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good, dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profit. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got himself into. Anything else?
I'm looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who's been missing.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been...
A kidnapping. In my establishment. I would have noticed.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gal.
I see. An able-bodied man.
Where might I find him at this?
Here. He would never give away his check. Anything else?
How is business going these days?
It's picking up. We've not seen many. The Malicor and the neighbouring wars. The epidemic still rages. But now that we have a city there, quite a few...
Has the Malicor really put a damper on your business?
More than a damper. They were soaked. People stopped going out of their homes. They were afraid. And then, thankfully, the alchemists of the bridge said that you couldn't just catch it like that. People were still distrustful, as is their nature. I also... But that's nothing.
With all these sailors coming and going, you must have heard some stories about Tier 4D.
Right. Even stories that they say that man trees live there. Treasure abounds under every rock. And last night, some Nauts even told me they brought back one of those giant beasts into the... Ah, but you know the kind. If you ask my...
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Tavern keeper.
I'll see.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize...
No. Have no fear about that. I'm looking for a Naut that a young cabin boy.
Yes, that does ring a bell.
What can you tell me about the boy?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. And he must have been right to be nervous.
What can you tell me about the boy?
And he must have...
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in. The kind of man you can round up for a few... They exchanged words with the cabin boy.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a brew, and I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if that's what it was.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think?
No, sir. You are in luck. It was Sir Fontaine.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw.
Thank you.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Now what? Alright, let's see.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel...
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tier 4D. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse and noted on the manifest will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to doctor the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office. Be back soon, Captain.
Let's find out where this is taking us so I can do all of it together. That was really weird. I got bit. Left and left.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
Look at this guy.
I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities, but you will bring honor upon your family and the...
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to... My cousin Constantine is about to take up office as governor of New Serene.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. Please convey to your cousin my congratulations.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene.
Do people actually give credence to these?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his... As you can well imagine, alchemy... This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their... In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have... The man operates in the city center. He is...
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strength. The Alliance, the greatest of our cities,
I didn't mean to
Al-Sad
breeze through
became
that.
the capital, and a council. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our... But our ancestors quickly realized that the union, and of course, exchanges in knowledge today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that each day we push the limits of our...
Could you give me your understanding of the relations between the...
Our relations hang essentially on... The exchanges are very profitable. Especially... I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite... But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral... It is by all means a respectable position, even...
The Bridge Alliance has been on Teer-Fradee for much longer than...
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you what... It is a luxurious island. And the vegetation is extremely varied. We discovered animals that we... Some are bigger than houses. A savage and crude people also live there. But you shall discover all of...
And what of your war with Tele...
It has been dragging on. If those bigots hadn't gotten it in their heads to convert the entire but that's the way of the world.
Have you been fighting battles there?
From what I've been told, Teleme has wise... Direct conflicts are in fact quite rare.
Wow, that was a lot.
I need to be going. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So, of course, I'm gonna hook that hard left and go see where the hell, the cabin boy is.
Good day, Excellency. I was able to find the heretics you seek. Alas, they
What a pity. But that...
I left them in the Nort warehouses. I'm certain they would be more than happy to return.
Very well. Very well. And I would appreciate it if you would accept this...
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
There we go. Skills. Seriously? Next point's at level 5? Wow, that is fucking crazy. I don't understand. There we go. Got Chivo. In the footsteps of the masters. Unlock the skill.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Font.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please. Might I help you, sir?
I need to be going. Farewell.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellent?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here. But
it concerns a delicate matter. According to witnesses, he had an eye.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm...
Don't you see, Your Excellency?
I am very surprised. And that his men escorted him from the tavern using force.
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you...
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to...
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men. A gesture that your drunkards must...
What was your son doing on a Naut ship?
It is what they do. Through pact.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. You will have no trouble verifying the details.
Where might I find your son?
I cannot say, Excellence. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take it.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through...
Excuse me, madam.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave.
With respect, my lady. Excuse me, madam.
If you would be so...
With respect, my lady.
Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still, this little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking, if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take 2.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished.
There are some days when you'd rather get... I should go to the dispensary.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not...
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might...
Are there any nasty side effects?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense...
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But, as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But, if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I swear you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
Greetings. I hope your day will be better than mine.
Did you hear? People say a great alchemist has set up a stall near the tavern. To my help! Death to the others!
Bunch of cowards!
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect...
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause...
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes...
And you dare challenge me when you...
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well
Yes, no, You don't have the right! Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Locked. I don't have the key. Locked.
You're looking for this room.
You again? What are you doing?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob?
I'm neither deaf nor blind.
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and
Sahin. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker.
Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imp.
That doesn't surprise me, coming from him. I understand if you don't believe me after all that. But I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set up a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Sahin bear you so...
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the account. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners. To find a remedy to the Malachor, they won't hesitate.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace, and are you not ashamed to have poisoned them?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any...
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions.
You don't understand. I fled. This potion is an attempt to create in those...
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder?
I don't have a choice. But it does...
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time. A small sip of this mixture provokes... The mob would have been furious in any case. But a normal dose...
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion...
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I can't...
So...
I'm sorry, but I don't trust you. I'm going to deliver you to...
Sir, I beg you to spare me.
I've heard enough. You're on...
How unjust. I am finished. Sahin is going to throw me in the bottom of a deep cell, if not worse.
I like that fast travel, at least.
Your Excellency. I tracked down your man near the coin.
Finally.
Let's just say I put an end to his activity. Matters turned out a little more... He is hiding in a room in the Coin Guard Tavern.
Why didn't you have him arrested?
Angry citizens have gathered round the building. They have sworn... I decided it better to avoid the mob. But if you wish to...
Governor Burren will be happy to learn that a legate with great assiduity... Thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow...
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Alright, well, I gotta get out of here, folks. Game's interesting. It's a long grind, it looks like. I haven't gone off the damn island yet. We've gotten one achievement. So, I mean, I'm gonna grind this out, but with everything else coming out, especially Borderlands, it's gonna be a tough call for me. It's single player too, so... Offshot, I might do a couple more videos for this. But if you're checking it out, please let me know what you think in the comments. Obviously, I'm curious what everyone else is doing and how much further I have to go before it gets interesting. As always, folks, thanks for checking me out across social media. Also on YouTube and Twitch. I'll be uploading this video shortly and then do another playthrough next week. Until then, as always, keep gaming, keep watching the videos. Appreciate the follows and subs and all the support. Thank you very much and have a great day. Keep gaming.